When I pull up in the whip, they be saying goddamn. When I hop out with my shawty, they be saying goddamn. They never show me love, now they see I got bands. Now they say.
We got a short shifter here from Ford's Motorsport. For the 23 GR Corolla. Parts. It's basically saying that the GR Corolla is a little bit, there's a rubber linkage at the base here. It's a little bit longer than the GR Yaris. So they said we can either trim it or slightly adjust it a little bit longer. So we're probably going to just adjust it a little bit longer because I don't like cutting things on brand new cars. This is why that package was so light.
That's the whole thing?
This is the whole thing.
The whole thing is the worm.
The whole thing is the worm. So go ahead and get the hood open here. The stock shifter on this thing has a pretty decent throw. It's pretty long. I would like it to be a little bit shorter, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, so basically what we need to do is we need to remove the intake box, get this guy out of the way so we can access the shifter that's down below the trans. As soon as we get that guy out, we will start installing the short shifter. Alright, so basically first thing we need to do is we need to remove all the trim clips in here. Don't do that. Piece that we're basically going to be replacing today is this guy right here. So if you can look in and see where that guy is, there's a little cotter pin, so we're basically going to pop this guy off. And then the washer comes off. This guy comes up and out. So they give you a neat little QR code inside, and that basically gives you your instructions. So you basically come in, scan it, and it opens up the instructions page on the phone, and you basically follow the instructions. So then you go in, you type in the product code, which is this number right here. You hit download all, and then once it downloads, basically go in, and then it tells you basically how to go in and take everything apart. So everything you did, I just did. Then you go down, you pull the cotter pin. So you insert the shifter pin and the M8 nut into the body as shown in the picture, which is going to be this guy right here. You're going to take that guy, then you're going to insert the nut or the stud that comes supplied in the kit, which is this big boy. I'm basically gonna stick that guy, and it's gonna go basically through here. So this side goes in through the bottom. Then you take the nut that goes up onto the top, and you're basically going to slide that guy down. Okay, so nut goes first. You're going to place the nut inside there. Then you're going to screw this into the bottom. Going this way is going to be shorter shift. So going towards the less oval shape side, you're going to go that way. That's going to give it a shorter shift, and the further this way you go is the longer shift. So let me go grab a wrench that'll fit this. So I'm going to set this about midway, because they said that if you adjust it any longer than that, it's probably going to contact it on the GR Crolla. So I set it about midway. It gives you a step in there to where you can cut a Dremel out on the plastic portion right here. You can basically shave this guy down. You don't really need to do that if you don't plan on going with the shortest shift possible. So I'm not going to do that today. But what I am going to do is, basically it says you want to fit the gear shifter onto the actual shifting component here, which is going to be this guy right here. So it wants you to put that there. And then what you're going to do, so you basically take the side retaining clip. It's going to go in this orientation, like so. So this little whole piece is going to go up towards the top. You're basically going to slide that guy. There's a little groove on the base of the shifter here. You can see that little cutout. You're basically going to slide that forward. And once that guy's in place, you are then going to place the shifter assembly. Where did that go? You're basically going to place the shifter assembly, this guy down here. It's going to go underneath here, like so. And once that guy is in place, kind of just want to wiggle it on there. It's a very tight fit. So then what you're going to do is you're going to grab the red locking nut. That guy is then going to go here. And basically, don't lose this cotter pin. You're basically going to start to thread this guy into place. Just want to be as careful with this as you can. Try not to cross thread it. Okay, so once that guy's on, go grab a 16mm wrench, and you're gonna stick this guy on there, and you're gonna tighten this guy up. Don't go super tight, but just kind of get it enough to where it's gonna get everything situated. Now again, like I said, you don't want to go super tight on this. Once that guy is snugged up, I'm going to double check, make sure everything looks good. And it does. And double check the tightness one more time here. Good. Now you want to make sure that those holes line up. So there's a hole right here on the actual body. So my hole is slightly, ever so slightly off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back this thing up just a tad. Not too much. Just enough. Once that cotter pin is able to slide through, you're then going to grab your needle nose pliers. sure that cotter pin's as straight as you can get her. And then you're basically gonna bend the cotter pin around the edges of the shifter. So I'm gonna go check the throw of the shifter now, see how that guy feels, and then find out if I need to adjust it or not. So, back in the car here. Wow. Wow, that is a huge difference. Huge difference. Alright, so basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have my dad jump in the car and shift it back and forth so that way we can make sure everything clears. Installation is reverse of removal, so we'll go ahead and do that now. That's the install video. I did want to let you guys know I didn't get a chance to do a video on it yet, but I did get the car wrapped. So I'll do a little bit more of an in-depth video on that at some point. But until then, I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.